Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Warren the Guru. Welcome back to my show. Today, I wanted to simply have a podcast, simple episode where you could sit back, kind of just sit down and listen. I had a conversation with two random people that simply are not, well, to be completely frank with you, they're not satisfied in the bot they have. And this is no way of FUD. This is simply just people in the ecosystem not happy with the product that they purchased. I have more and more and more and more, and I'm going to continue to drop them over and over and over. Know why? Because I'm whistleblowing. Let's go. You told me the DogWifTools stopped working for you as well.
Oh, this was like in December, right after I bought it. Yeah.
What?
So
That
I
sucks.
was trying to like click the fetch balance button, and it just like wouldn't work and kept saying all these errors. And hit up support, and like they were like, nothing's wrong with it. Like, we don't know what you're talking about.
They just gave you the
And I was
spin
like,
around.
sent them screenshots. And I was like, dude, like it doesn't fucking work.
Oh, what type of error was it giving you?
Like couldn't fetch the balances of my wallet.
Oh my
They're like,
goodness.
yeah, they were like, "Oh, it's an RPC issue." I'm like, "Dude, I literally used the RPC you guys gave me."
Right. What?
Like,
Oh
they were
my.
making me sound like an idiot,
That's
and
the
I
thing
was
I was
like,
telling you. And I was like, I'm not sure if you saw that on the course, but I was like, you might get passed around. They're gonna start telling you, oh no, it's they're doing it, and then they're gonna say, no, it's not us. Like they're doing it. Eh.
"Yeah, no, I smelled that bullshit right away."
Oh
I
shit.
just jumped ship. Unfortunately, yeah, my money's gone there, but I mean, whatever.
And now you're in
Cost
meme
of business,
tools.
I
So
guess.
basically, Dogwood Tools did you dirty, and the meme tools is here to save you today.
Let's hope so. I haven't done a launch with it, but I like how they're super responsive and they're pushing updates. So,
Facts. Let me share
um,
my screen with you too. That way we're on the same page here. See, I got everything recorded. I'm gonna share my screen too, so that way you can have it for yourself at the end of it and everything.
Oh, yay, thank you so much. I just got a little stressed when I saw your video. I didn't watch all of it because I, like, got so upset that I
Oh,
just, like, I couldn't even watch it anymore, because I
yeah,
was like,
yeah,
I don't even know what happened, but,
yeah.
and so I had asked them about it. Well, I just had said, like, there's this video because I seen people in the chat talking about it. I'm like, "What's happening?" And
Yeah.
they pretty much said, "You know how that goes, like, I don't wanna be in the middle of drama, but, like, you're just a hater, blah, blah, blah," those kinda things.
Well, the thing is, like, I'm not sure if you saw in the video, but I'm not the one that's actually, doing any FUD or spreading it. I'm just literally allowing a person who I'm doing had a one-on-one with to tell their side of the story. The whole point
Oh.
was, yeah, the whole point it was that I was doing support and I was seeing a whole bunch of different P&Ls of support, but then I get hit up consistently with people
Mhm.
basically saying that they haven't been answered in support for 2 weeks, and this and this is happening, and I'm like literally doing one-on-ones for free at this point, helping out support as much as possible just to overflow from what's going on. So then I'm like,
Oh.
yeah, I can't be like in the middle of like essentially a bot that's consistently having issues, I guess, in the background, and then still
Yes.
everyone's talking. So I have to give as but non-biased perspective. So what happens with this is it causes the developers to now have a flashlight shined on them, and that means
Mhm.
they need to work harder, because without that they can simply work in a ecosystem where they can control the narrative.
Mhm.
Meaning that it could be like 40% of the people down and only 10% cooking right, but they're only going to show the 10% that are actually successful.
Yeah,
So
that's true because I
yeah.
saw the successes and there was some on there that I hadn't even seen any negative, so I thought, like, you couldn't even do that until
Yeah.
I went to their, like, the group on the Discord, and I was like, "Oh, wow, okay. This
Oh
is
yeah.
this is a little different."
Oh yeah,
But yeah.
absolutely. It's like, I just wanted to give education that the first of all, the P&Ls can be manipulated. Anybody
Yeah.
can do it. I gave how to do it, and beyond that, it's just a matter of. And I from by the way, I hear that both of them, MemeTools and DogWifTools, are coming out with version twos, and or one's MemeTools is Rust, and
Okay.
DogWifTools is coming out with, I guess, a version 2 or version 3 now.
Did get a little worried because I didn't hear from them, and then you kinda don't like, I was just simply asking what do I
Really?
do about the CA cloning thing?
Oh, they didn't answer
And
you?
I still haven't had an they didn't give me an answer. They just said I asked them because they took so long to answer. It's been about 2 days that I've asked that specific question that hasn't got answered, and they haven't gave me an answer, but they did. Miggy gave me, the RPC, his RPC, and then Out gave me the proxies. So it's
Okay.
like, I feel like they've been helpful in that way, but as far as explaining things, Out did send me a video that he said he normally charges for, but I'm still, like, confused on some things, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I feel like it's still, like, a gray area, and I've asked questions and only parts of it gets answered, and then the
Oh.
CA cloning thing, I asked them like I asked you, you gave me an answer right away, but they took 2 days, and then
Sheesh.
finally
They
I
did.
yeah, I asked the same thing. I asked the same way I asked you. I said, can I just copy paste everything?" And they literally took 2 days to answer that, and then finally Out said, "Yeah, you can do that way too." And I'm like, "All
Wow.
right, but can you answer, like, should it be working? Because this thing cost me, like, a lot of
A
money.
lot of
Shouldn't
fucking money.
shouldn't
Yeah. Like,
should this work?" And then
and
I
see,
never got an answer again. And I
that's the
got
thing. That's the
yeah,
exactly thing that I essentially. It's not about like flooding. It's just like you got these people
yeah,
that are coming in, and I'm getting it. I'm getting the wavelengths left and right. And then
yeah.
what happens is though, because I'm the only person that's doxxed, right? Since I'm the only
Mhm.
person that doxxed, everyone looks at to me, even if it comes to my DMs
Yes.
for help, and I feel so sorry for
Mm.
these people. So I'm like jumping on calls left and right, and
Yes.
then, meanwhile, I'm thinking to myself, wait a
Why are
minute.
you doing all this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Uh,
totally get that. Cause then you're like, "Wait a minute, is this
but
my
then this
program or their program?
But
Is
then
this
no,
their
the
system?"
and the thing is, I don't even mind that because it helps the brand. But what is to me is literally there's almost like a PvP of nature of people that don't even get paid referral commission, but that still want to ride for the bot like they do.
Mhm.
And I'm like,
Yes.
whoa, maybe they are not getting paid referral. Maybe they're getting paid another way. There it starts to get
Yeah. Oh,
a
yeah,
little bit
confusing.
deeper.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
I
next
get
thing you
what
know,
you
Warren
mean.
doesn't want. They don't want like Warren's talking now. All of a sudden, Warren's getting a little bit,
Yeah.
and,
Yeah, they're like, "You're a hater," or whatever,
I'm not even the one
don't
that's saying
listen
it.
to you.
This is
Yeah.
literally coming from other people's mouth, not mine.
Yeah. And then another thing, like, just right before this, I said, "Okay, well, I just asked Warren because you guys are taking too long on the cloning." And I mean, ask on the simple, like, what do I do about the CA not cloning thing?
Yeah,
And so I'm asking Warren, and then Out literally just said, "Please don't ask Warren anything." And I'm like, I have a one-on-one with him in an hour, and I hear nothing back. I'm like, I'm still having my one-on-one with him because
yeah,
I paid for this thing,
yeah,
and unless you're giving me a one-on-one like, in
yeah,
return, I'm definitely getting on the call with him, and no
eh,
one said anything, so I'm like, I was gonna
yeah.
get on the call with you regardless, but I'm like, I wanted
See,
them to say something, they didn't say nothing back.
and that's the thing.
Uh,
See, I never was the one ever to bash anybody. Like I say, people make their money. I just want people to get the experience they want. And this is the thing: unless the people like me step up, they have
mhm.
every right to step back. So unless people like me
Yeah.
step up, they're gonna step back. Now,
Mhm.
the thing is different is when you say to some person, "Oh, there's FUD," and then you can go on, for example, Twitter or YouTube, and you can look at maybe a particular reference or something. But it's a little different when you got the actual ecosystem of people literally coming out and their own voices are
Yes.
saying XYZ. Like,
Yeah. You can look at the chat and see, like, today, oh my gosh, like, if you just go to the user chat,
yeah.
I mean, there's
They took
so
me out
many
of the user chat
problems.
because they know that I'm the
Oh,
have you ever seen the movie Get Out where this like they literally
yeah.
it's like that. It's like one of those things like I get it. You have a software that you're trying to create a brand that's so magnificent. I get it 100%. But at the same token, it's like, well, you have to realize that since you're in DeFi, there's no recourse of recycle of refund in a sense to people where they can go to Yelp or Google reviews or something like that. And it's since in a sense
Yeah.
becomes a numbers game and to the
Mhm.
point where now numbers are lying to us.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And at this
Yeah.
point, I'm like, I do I whistle blow or do I keep making this salon like crazy? I'm like, I have a heart. For some reason, it's maybe a defense. I don't know what it is for me, but I can't be
Mhm.
greedy. I can't like continuously be. pay 101 souls and be kept quiet
Mhm.
to not be able to tell
Yeah.
people like, look, this is the situation and this is what it is. Period.
Mhm. And that's what's so crazy because that's literally one of them. I don't remember which one said it because, like, I don't know. I'm like, my grandmother's name is literally like Karen. Like, so I'm like the granddaughter of a Karen, like the
Oh,
original Karen. I'm telling you. Like
yeah.
like so I'm like, I'm not trying to be like that, but I had to like after seeing the video or whatever, I'm like, oh my gosh, now they're really not answering me. So then I just go da 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 da. I mean, like I
Yeah.
went on and on and on, and I'm just getting short answers here and there. And then they gave me the nodes and the proxy, so I'm like, okay, that's nice. I guess I should shut my mouth. I don't know, like you know what I mean? Like it just like it
Yeah.
just is. It was very. It's very frustrating because
You know, for
I've
me, I
yeah
totally get it. For me, I always wanted to be a person essentially that was able to give this information to anybody, whether it be a DogWifTools or whether it be if this one or MemeTools or whatever it may be, and to be completely just transparent with you, this like the whole course I literally created from scratch. From like I didn't even use a third party academy. I literally coded it from A to Z, and I don't know about
amazing.
you, but it's like if you are, for example, creating like a course, let's say on Microsoft, right? You
Yeah
don't expect Bill Gates to go and say, "Hey, I want you to collect 50% of your royalties of your course, even outside of my Discord." I'm like, "Whoa, what?
yes.
So you mean to tell me you want me to
Oh
do
yeah.
free
Mhm.
support, and you want me to be quiet about all the stuff that's going on behind the scenes,
Yeah.
and you want me to at the same time basically sell my 50%, I mean give you 50% of what I created outside of your Discord, even though I came with over 25,000 subscribers." So I'm like, ugh.
Wow, okay, that makes sense. They're like,
You see what I'm saying?
someone said something like, "He's just being greedy," and, those kind of words, I feel like it's kinda cult vibes, like, when people say, "Oh, they're being greedy," or, "Oh, they're" it's like this whole, DeFi world where they say that all the time, and it doesn't necessarily mean that somebody's being greedy, it's just like,
Yeah.
like what you're saying, now I get why they said that, like,
And
they're interpreting it differently. And they did some one of I don't remember who, but one of them said something about, you got greedy with the students and started taking their students, and I thought to myself, "You guys aren't teaching anything, I'm confused."
they're not teaching
Like,
nothing.
I know, I'm like, "What are y'all teaching?" I don't know what
Yeah,
how
it's
are they
kind of
taking
sad, to be completely honest with you. I believe, like, I have students that have come to me and they said that they're doing these one-on-ones. And for me particularly, I love to teach. I come from a background of Apple. Actually, we used to be a genius teacher, not like actual quote unquote genius, but that's the
Yeah,
name of the
uh-huh,
position. And the thing is,
okay.
I taught people from 7 years old all the way to 70 years old, at Apple and video editing and all types of things and stuff like that. But
Wow.
um I see myself coming into space, and I see students coming to me and saying, like, I was in, for example, Alex 101, and I think he has like a session where it's like a group like watch of employees. And I'm thinking to myself, well, as long as you guys are getting some useful, helpful things in it. And I'm saying, how would it go? And then the guy tells me every single launch they did, they lost money. I'm like, so you guys paid to watch lost launches? He's like,
What the
yeah,
heck?
basically.
Wow.
And it's like this
Wow.
type of information though is not a part of the P&L. So of course anything that's P&L and
Yeah.
anything that is outside of the vouch system is going to be immediately removed. Immediately.
Oh, that makes sense.
When you
Yeah,
own the
see, it's like a
information, you can
cult
bend it
vibe.
all you want.
Yeah, it's like cult-like. Like, I
Yeah.
literally was scared. I was like, "Am I saying too much? Like, can they take my license already when I just got started?"
I
I
know,
don't
and this is the thing. It's one of those double-edged swords because, like I said, most of the guys in the group that are essentially on a basis that's consistently working underneath the main boss have no idea. They're just literally kind of just working kind of like on rotate. And when I say working, it means they're just trying to make as much money as possible for the day. But I'm gonna be honest
Oh,
with you though, like to be
yeah.
completely frank with you, a lot of guys on there, like there's a couple guys I know for a fact, like Young Pound. they got a good heart. Like he's there hustling. He's definitely working. He might not have the full education perspective as you would want from a person that's a support. Like to be completely frank with you, but however, his heart is there, and he's definitely in the trenches working day to day. Now, beyond that, we have to be under the understanding that there's like over 7,000 people now in this group, and I don't know how many has lifetime licenses, but you need more support. And that's when I came in and I started to essentially help out with as much as I could. It got to the point where the narrative was like, I need to now control what you say. I need to go now. What this is with your YouTube. We need to control this. We need to control that. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute. I like this money, but I got morals. You know?
Yeah, and they're crossing boundaries as far as like trying to hush you up, kind of thing. That's kind of crazy.
You know, it's part of the situation, but like I said, like I was telling the main guy, you know, bad news and good news at the end of the day, you know, it sells. He has a family. All he really cares about is making sure everybody in the team is happy, and then the money is going on. I could talk about DogWifTools and have other people, you know, giving their testimonials, and you know, to be completely frank with you, it's the weirdest thing ever. But I've had one of my biggest referrals in the process in the last 4 or 5 days with DogWifTools by still giving the good feedback. And I think it's just because people rather just me be honest. You know, if they're honest and they still bite the bullet, they know they get someone because they got me to at least give them the honesty on that.
Yes. Yep. That makes sense.
But you know, time will tell at the end of the day, and I'm still in the group, and they haven't removed me. They've silenced me, but they haven't completely removed me. And they realize at the end of the day, there's only so much you can do, and so much information, because there's going to be more and more and more videos coming about just not me talking, but literally just customers. And that's what I can do about that. I technically have 4 months of footage, but I'm slowly giving it to them.
Yeah, slowly giving it to them. Yeah.
The thing about it, what I wanted to do is I wanted to come in the space, not just DogWifTools, but also all 3 of them, all the big parts, to be essentially a non-biased educator role. Tag, and not necessarily support, just educator. And DYOR was not concerned mostly about that, just due to the fact that they felt that I was the words which is the really funny thing to me, was the words that they used was so what's the word for it? It's such a funny corporate word. It's such a funny word. No, I know, for real. It's such a funny word that you can only use if you have, like, for example, if someone is working in a company and they take something from the company that's theirs, but not like I mean, like it's the company's not theirs. I forgot that word from it, but they use that to me, and I was thinking to myself, what do you mean?
What?
What do you mean?
This is DeFi, right? This is decentralized. So how's that?
But you know, the one thing that I want to do is I want to be able to spread information and education. That's why I believe I have a Discord. The thing about it is, before I started this whole process of support, I really had a Discord. I never really wanted one, to be honest with you. And so I was on a one-on-one just like this call here. Some guy was like, "Hey, Warren, why don't you get yourself a Discord?" And I'm like, that's a good idea. Let me try it. And then I did it. Literally, then 4 or 5 weeks later, we're at 500 people. Yeah.
Wow. Well, there you go.
Like, we're crazy fast.
They need the education, so it is what it is. Yeah, and you got to pay for education. You do.
The thing about it is, it'll become a point where the truth really will come out eventually after all the videos, and then they're gonna come back and say, Warren, we should have took you up, hopefully, on your offer. My offer was as simple as this. I don't want more money. I just want you to put me as a non-educator role, and then people come to me for for educational information. That's going to be boom. That way, there's no left and right hiding. That's just it. They're going to get the real deal. And if they didn't want that, so eventually they're going to need that, because the information on YouTube, it just doesn't end. There's no end date for a YouTube upload.
Oh yeah, no, yep, that's true. And then like their group, I don't know if it's the whole Trump like congestion or whatever, but I mean, when I saw the group have all these problems, I just started freaking out even more. Like, what did I buy? Like, kind of think.
Oh man, I was in a situation, but like, I don't want to FUD. It's just the simple fact that if you buy a product, you want it to work. Simple as that, And one of the things that I do love about specifically, like CLI specifically is, yeah, it is a little bit like intrusive because it's not a graphical interface. But technically speaking, everything that we click in these GUIs in the background is doing like terminal things, like, it's telling command lines to do certain things on Solana specifically. And so when it comes down to specifically the CLI bundlers, you have a situation where it's future proof, whether it's 2025 or 2030, they're going to be completely working the same and faster than GUIs. And on top of it, if there is errors, you can literally just screenshot it and then throw it to the dev, and he can literally figure it out within minutes, because there's no, is this or is that or is this GUIs, you kind of guess, there's no error log,
Oh, okay.
But
That
for
makes
me,
sense.
I have to teach this to people like slowly, and I didn't know it until personally myself fell into the wormhole things, so to speak. And so and people are like, Warren, saying, Warren, you switched up. But no, it's because I went into support. Like, I didn't ever ask, first of all, to become support. They like basically needed it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so once
Yeah.
they got it, I was like, okay, I'm in it. I'm gonna help us. I'm gonna do my job, do the best I can. But then I was like, whoa.
They don't want to hear the dark side of it.
Not even just the dark side. It's just for the
Yeah,
fact that the education is not there. I was seeing it from an internal
Yeah.
perspective that the education is, they come in, they on board, and honestly, this is the thing. It's very marketing tactically wise to have a bot that's like, let's say, for example, 15 Sol. But however,
Yeah.
who in their right mind will pay us for a bot when they know for damn well that most of these nodes that are like basically the high tier nodes are 15 Sol alone a month? So
Oh, yeah. See,
you
they
got
they didn't explain any of
they
that.
don't tell you that. And so you come in and it's like, hey, welcome to this bot. Let me take you to this green room right here. The label on it's called frontrunner.com.
Yeah. Yep.
And you almost
Yeah.
think to yourself, again, no FUD, but you almost think to yourself, there's got to be some kind of deal going on behind the scenes with these guys. Maybe there's a situation where if the narrative is not correct, they're going to start throwing skull emojis all over the place.
I know. I know, right?
You know,
Yeah. Yes.
it's very
Yeah.
cutthroat.
It is, because the first thing I said was, "Nobody's answering me," so I guess I'm just gonna have to start spamming every video I see about this. I literally said
And
that. Then they finally answered, but I'm like, "I don't know what I gotta do." I'm like, "I'm gonna start, I guess I'm gonna have to give a bad review. I don't know what to say, like, nobody's helping me. I didn't know I needed to buy all these extra things." And then I'm like, "If they're just handing these things to me, are these, like, low quality? Like, I don't even know." You know what I mean?
yeah,
I
and
only
then
got them because I complained,
mhm.
but then it's like, just kinda like, give her a cookie and she'll be quiet. I don't know. I don't know.
One of the saddest things that I feel, honestly, and this is just me, just to kind of give you a literally visual perspective of everything, and this is again no FUD, literally, truth is truth. And you see my screen right now, right?
Yeah.
Let me show you something. And again, this is something that I've mentioned to them before in the behind the scenes, and I said, listen, if this guy, and again, this is a guy that I've give 100% respect to. I've even mentioned him in this session here multiple times, but he's done something that makes things a little bit interesting for people that are onboarding, that are starting to get the education that I'm giving you. And let me show you something here. So when
Okay.
you get into DogWifTools and then you asking node questions such as like RPC, for example, right? Like, what type of RPC do you think I should be able to use with bundling? What's good?
Yeah.
And so 9 times out of 10, they're gonna kind of throw you to either a Helios, sorry, not Helios, either Solana
Uh,
Vibe Station, which is
yeah,
like kind of
that's what
like
they gave
a
me.
keyword, kind of like Google-esque, or a public RPC company, like the flea market of RPC, so to speak, right?
Oh, yep,
And
that's what they
honestly,
gave me.
and to be completely frank with you, like, these nodes here are public, so they're used consistently. They're not as high. They're no validators, so they're not going to be hitting on the same block. You can easily sandwich these things compared to the validator nodes. That's why they're running at 15 Sol. But basically, they're not going to give you that information, right? Because to them, they know that they're going to get hit back with, why did you not tell me about this before? Why did I just sit 15
Yes.
Sol? So they're going to
Yeah.
onboard you on a situation
Exactly.
that's a little bit more like, okay, this is okay. I didn't know about this, but this is okay type of situation, right? And
Yeah.
the problem with that is this. I don't know about you, but I was always told, even in the game of games, don't get quote unquote high off your own supply type of thing, right? And
Yes.
so watch
Yeah.
this, right? Unless I start to tell people about this and start to educate, and this is why they like to silence me. And this is me, not even, this is them doing this, not me. We're gonna go
Yeah.
to one of the fastest nodes companies in the world called Orbit Flare. Okay, right now, Orbit Flare. This is Orbit Flare. Guess who's in Orbit Flare right now?
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
I didn't say
Okay.
anything. There's no FUD here.
Yeah.
This is literally
Yeah.
you put your own success card
Yeah.
in their
In there.
rental system. And their
Yeah.
rental system is 15 soul a month. So why are you telling me Salon Vibe Station?
Yeah, that's literally what they said. And then you would think
Oh,
on
but
their website, they would say, also with this, you're gonna need this, this, and that. Like when you look at a box that needs batteries, like a toy that needs batteries, it's gonna say batteries not included. It should say like nodes, proxies, all
yeah,
this stuff isn't included, and you need to buy these. Here are our suggestions for good ones. Like, you know what I mean? It's like when you're buying a car, like this is like expensive. Like you need to know, like you can only put like, high quality gas and 93 in
yeah,
it, not 87, you know what I mean? Like, but we don't know that.
absolutely. And what I
We
want to
thinking this is
do,
all in one, like, that's what
yes.
I thought. I literally thought that. I had no clue.
And the thing is this, it's only going to be a matter of time till these stories come out consistently, till the point where they are forced to have a person like almost like a police them. And that's what they need a docs person like myself that is essentially to the masses
Mhm.
trustable, so that way they have to put them in. If you don't have, it's like an auditor, like when you do back in the day when we did like smart contract with B&B chain, for example, there's this contract called like baked beans, and there was a smart contract. And what they would do with these smart contracts is these developers would be doing shady things behind the scenes that would pull liquidity out. And so essentially it got to the point where people would do these things called audits, and then they would trust specific audit companies to be able to literally list down all the data points within that contract to make sure that they weren't going to get rugged. And so I think at this point with the bundler game, I want to come into this space as like that auditor. So if you don't have Warren in your Discord, you're essentially going to be looked as kind of shady. And then I think
Mhm.
if by me continuing this process, it's not about condemning you. It's about giving responsibility to DeFi. Now, things like this, and the reason why, to be completely frank with you, just to be not to go down this rabbit hole, but to be completely frank with you, the reason why Solana's going up and down so much is because the 17, 16-year-olds are pulling it down with their dumps and tactics, but the guys like me are coming in and
Mm.
educating and bringing it up. So it's a constant PvP
Oh,
war of these 17,
yeah.
16-year-olds that are literally the ones with the skulls. That's why I
Yeah.
literally am
That
pointing it
makes
out. There's a
sense.
war going on in between that Discord, because the truth's going to come out,
Mhm.
and then eventually, if they want to be a surviving business, they're going to have me back as a primary role of specifically auditing
Oh,
purposes.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, because I mean, when you think about it, it kinda sounds like they're, like, kinda like little whiny brats a little bit, and they're just like, "No, our system is fine. Everything's fine how it is. We don't need our dad coming in here telling us what to do." Like, that's
Yeah,
what it kinda seemed like
yeah.
talking to them, but, um, yeah,
And like I said,
okay.
you shouldn't have never been in a situation where they don't take, they take 2 days to answer. The funny thing is that, we talk about, and a lot of times in my course specifically about quote unquote farming these snipers and doing certain market moves like human buys and things of that nature to be able to bring in FOMO and certain buys.
Yeah.
And if you think of that from a logistic standpoint, check this out. If you're in the Discord and you're saying to yourself, you need somebody like to help you, like damn near Elk gave two
Mhm.
days to basically answer a simple question. I bet you if you were to do a tactic such as, hey, out, I want to buy your best proxies RPCs right away, could you tell can I ask you a question? He'll respond
Yeah.
faster than you'll say hello, and then you hit him
Oh,
with
yeah.
psych, this is the question, boom, because you're basically gonna have to
Right.
farm now the Discord support just for fucking answers. It's sad, but it is what it is.
Wow. That makes sense. Yeah. I was farming in the other way, like fudding, and then I got an answer out of them, I
Yeah,
guess. Like, "What do y'all want me to do? Like, I don't know what to do. Like, help me."
absolutely.
And even now, like, I still don't know. I guess it's just broke. But then I looked in the chat, and it seems like everyone's having that problem with the CA cloning. It's just like, what is that
And
button there for? Like, that sucks.
And
'Cause
this is the thing. So, you know, the button is something that obviously is one thing. For me, I like to let's say hypothetically speaking, let's look at in a way where the market, let's say it was in our side. Let's say the bot is fully functional, right?
Mhm.
Let's look at our nuances, and not from a FUD perspective, but just from a perspective of how long does it logistically take to sell a position? Like once you actually have your position in the
Yes.
spot, right? Watch
Yep.
this, right? Check this
I was
out.
worried about that too. I've seen
So
that in the group. They
you
said
saw,
dump all doesn't work all the time.
well, yeah, that's
That's
a. I'm not even talking about that, to be completely frank with
oh,
you.
oh,
But
okay,
you brought
sorry.
that up. No, you're good.
Yeah.
This is literally, again, not even out of my mouth, but I'm the bad one, But like, check this out. I was talking about from a logistical mathematical standpoint. Again, this is not fun. This is literally how it is. Let's count together how long it takes to sell a position from click rate. So we got to go one click, dump all percentage. That's one click. If I want to sell not 25, let's say I want to sell 10, right? I got to go
Mhm.
ahead and go here. I got to click another time. That's 2 clicks, right?
Mhm.
Then I have to type in 10, 3 clicks, 4 clicks.
Mhm.
Okay. Now I
Yep.
can't simply hit confirm. I still have to hit another click. That's 5 clicks here. Now I have to hit true
Oh,
or false. That's
yeah.
6 clicks. Okay. Now I have to hit
Yeah.
confirm. That's 7 clicks. It took me
Uh-huh.
7 clicks. Seven
Mhm.
clicks.
Yeah.
No matter how fast your RPC node is, no matter how
Mhm.
fast your VPS is, you are
Yeah.
against a robot that is right behind you. I have one right here. By the way, hopefully you're in the 101. You're a 101 member, so you get this for free, by the way. Just open a ticket and you'll get this for free. It's
Okay.
a Osmo bot we just partnered with, and all the 101 guys get it, or green girls get it, free. So just open a ticket
Oh,
on the chat.
yeah. I saw you talking about this.
Yeah.
It's
They,
not for sale yet, or they're just doing beta, or
Yep. They're just doing beta,
okay.
and yeah, for two,
Cool.
3 weeks, you could basically get in. And even if you don't use it, ideally, the whole goal is to study it to know what they're doing on the other side of you. So, what's the best way to know
Yeah.
the PvP tactics of actually having your own sniper bot? you know?
Wow, yeah.
And
Yeah,
so,
I've been too
yeah,
scared of sniper bot. The Telegram ones, everyone keeps
yeah.
telling me to get them, but I'm like, my Telegram got hacked in the first week of me
Oh my
using it,
goodness.
so I never want to get a Telegram bot
Oh my
now.
goodness.
'Cause
Yeah, like, I totally get it, because like
I
people
had
could be
Bullets,
drained
but
for
I never
sure.
yeah, I had Bullets, but thank God I never used it. So
I'm gonna do a whole like in depth. I think I did that one earlier. Matter of fact, I'll forward it over to you before the call here, and then I'll give you some more information. This is another way how I season wallets as well. It's like another advanced way to do it, but I give like a 25-minute like explanation on what to do, how to do it, how to what to find. And this is honestly, just to be completely frank with you. Honestly, this is my whole goal when it comes to specifically my community moving forward. The thing about it is this, we are at a dismay of a lot of these bot owners. No matter if they're dog with tools or if they're cat with tools, you know what I'm saying? The thing
yeah.
about it is, if you were not the one to actually program, then you don't have 100% say so to know that they're going to be 100% safe, regardless. And
Mhm.
so, with that being said, by having things such as sniper bots, what allows you to do essentially is actually directly deploy from pump.fun, and it's simply having the sniper bots just leading into your wallet. So essentially it
Mhm.
mitigates from having any type of webhook situation happen, if there is webhook happen. I'm not saying that there is, but I'm saying that
Mhm.
regardless, it puts you in a position where you don't even have to think of that. See, my thing is to
Okay.
educate people to the point where they make themselves super solid. And in that case, you technically would use the sniper bot to essentially do what exactly DogWifTools or any other tool would do to grab your supply. Not only would it grab your supply, it would also have P&L stop loss attached to it, alongside with other things that these market makers don't have. Now, what you would essentially use a market maker for was just specifically volume or like human buy tasks to move up and down the market. But the positions, the actual profitability things that your wallets that you're actually going to come in and take profit, should technically be all automated regardless.
Mhm. Okay.
And right now it's not.
Yeah. Yeah, they said, like, on one of the videos Out sent me, he said sometimes I don't know how to sum it up, but basically what I got from it was sometimes the dump all button doesn't work, and that we need to when in that case, we need to have another bot ready, and I'm like, "Wait, what?" this is like a lot going on here. Like I thought we just like the videos, they just click everything from Dog with Tools, and I hate BullX, but he or like Telegram bots. So when
Yeah.
I saw that, I was like, I don't want to get on a Telegram bot. Yeah, that's why I'm trying to get away from this. But he literally
Yeah.
said that, like breezed over it, like really quickly in one of the videos where he was training these guys, and I'm like, I wish I could have asked at the moment, but I was just recording, but I was
Right.
like, "What? You got to go to
Yeah.
Trojan bot or or whatever Telegram bot," and then
Mhm.
he's like, "In case the dump all doesn't work, you can have it all set up here, and like you can sell from here." And I'm like, "Wait,
Right.
what?" So
Absolutely.
confused. Yeah.
Yeah, the thing about it is that the particular bot, the way it works is that it wants to be notified prior to it actually getting to Radium and migrating, and that's just because there's certain different protocols within the background that needs to happen. I'm not sure if
Mhm.
that's, for example, transferring from like Solana to wrapped Solana, or if it's specifically other things. That's but irregardless, like basically the program has to do certain things and prepare for a Radium dump all or single cell. Now, the thing about that is because we're in a market where, and I can show you right now if you want it, but I can show you a video where a person starts a project, does a deploy, the market cap gets to about 17, 18, around 24,000. And then all of a sudden, a sniper takes it all the way to Radium at 96,000. You can't prepare for that. You cannot prepare for, being at
Oh,
24 and then all of a sudden you're at fucking Ray. You know, say like, what the hell just happened?
yeah.
And
Yeah.
what happens is a lot of people normalizing into the space, they put a lot of this money in and they say, you know what? I put 15 soul into this bot. You mean to tell me that it's not able to mitigate from that PvP tactic? And they're not going to be
Yeah.
able to give you an answer to that. If they are, they're going to be like,
Yeah.
So what happens is you got a person like Out who trains you well. Since that happens, have a plan B. He's saying to basically have them while it's in Trojan. Now, yes, you've been in a situation where Trojans kind of fucked you over a little bit. So it's like, oh, what are you talking about? Go back over there. I came over here for a reason, you know? And so that's why,
Yeah.
unfortunately, I have to sometimes go and whistleblow about situations such as MemeTools, because MemeTools
Mhm.
basically does do that. They have everything in Radium works. You don't gotta do the things like you do in DogWifTools because it's literally already working on Radium. It's literally what you're asking for Trojan, what he with Out is respectfully telling you, it's already integrated into the
Oh,
program. So if I don't
yeah.
like literally, so now you're seeing the whole side of the story. If I don't,
Mhm.
am I seeing all these people coming in left or right, and they're not doing anything to fix the problem since I've been there,
Yeah. I have
and
to
I'm
tell you
having
this
to get
other thing.
overflow of customers.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
like,
too much.
fuck that. Let me
Yeah.
let my brand's my
Someone
brand.
Yeah, someone literally said they were like, how I guess they were doing a launch and they said in the chat today, they said, how did they get 10 how did the sniper buy 10 soul of my supply before the bundler even deployed? They had
Yeah,
already deployed it, I guess, but it took time or I don't know what happened, but they still got sniped somehow. It's just like I
yeah.
thought that wouldn't happen with this, you know? Like, I don't know, just
What I want
things
to
like that.
do, I just thought of something, and I think it's gonna be amazing. So I thought so. Two things. One is I have a situation that I already started last night, and I'm going to publicly announce even more and more, which is like if people do get either Infinity or Meme Tools, then you'll get the training of it for free if you're already a one-on-one person. But for you
Mhm.
specifically, I'm gonna give you all three of them just off the rip, even if you don't have the tools, just because I feel like the education is definitely needed to you, and I just hate when people are put in a position where, like, they have no out in a sense, like no pun
Yeah.
intended, for
Yeah.
out, no out for
Yeah,
out.
I know, 'cause I've spent so much money on this, and then now I'm like, I
Yeah,
wanted to farm to, like, get more money, and then it's like, I can't even do that because, like, I'm worried it's not gonna work because I'm seeing all this in the chat saying that they're all having issues with sniping and farming snipers and all that stuff,
yeah,
and then, like, with this, I had looked at this because so the guy light skinned, I only saw him because of your video, and
yeah,
so I was like I don't know which one. Who do I buy the link from? And Lightskin said, "Well, I'll give you a soul." And I was like, "I really need the education." So that's really why I picked you. I was like, if it
Oh,
comes
I
down to the
appreciate it.
money or the education, I'd rather have the education
Yeah,
so I know what to do with this thing.
yeah,
And I like you can keep the soul. So that's that's my honest like reason why I chose you because I was like you seem very educated and you're offering one-on-ones instead. And Light
yeah.
Skin's like, yeah, I don't really do one-on-ones, but I'll give you a soul. And I'm like, okay. And
No,
then he told me, why don't you start with MemeTools? And I was like, well, I don't really know. Um, I was really looking at this dog with tools. I've been researching that for all these months. But
yeah.
apparently, I guess all my research still didn't, let me know all of
And
this.
that's the thing, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I have to be, and honestly, it was one of those situations where I know I was like, people call it LARP or whatever, but I'm super passionate about this space and about the people I speak to, and really like making. Because to be honest with you, to be completely frank with you, like I know what it's like to be on the other side as far as being the bad guy, and I don't like how it feels going to bed at night and how you feel waking up. To be completely frank with
Mhm.
you, I like the
Mhm.
feeling of people saying Warren educated me, or I actually got this good education that now I'm actually profitable X, Y, and Z. And the funny thing about it is a lot of people like to call things out, but I only dropped like, out of the three cards I dropped, I've only dropped about two real PL cards and one fake PL card, and everything else, all the other 100 P&Ls were from customers that actually profited from talking to me. But they had to get the matrix broken down, because what's happening is if they didn't get the matrix broken down, they would never have literally understood how to profit, because the people that are giving them the bot to begin with are simply putting it in a position to be entry liquidity from the jump. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that
And they don't
makes
like me
sense.
talking,
Yeah.
because then it's like they ain't making as much money, because they're not making back end though. But hey, that's why I said
Oh,
to in the video, to the death of me, because I don't care like anymore. Like I really am
yeah.
passionate about this shit.
Mhm. That's good to hear. We have someone on our side.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If I got to be the
I
Malcolm X of
really
this bundler crew, then I'm the Malcolm X of this bundler crew.
right, you're like, "I got to."
You
Like,
know?
that's how I have the same personality, so I totally understand. And, like, people like us, they don't like us, like, people
Yeah.
that speak the truth, and it's just like, it is
Facts.
what it is. I've been that way for a long time now, and I really appreciated that about you, and so then
Thank
when they were
you.
saying these things, I was like, "I don't believe any of this crap. You guys are the only ones not answering me, so this doesn't make sense." Like,
But it's
Like
beautiful though, because the only thing that they don't have is syndication. And that right there, this
Mhm,
syndication right here is gonna go for years.
mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Don't get it twisted. It might say
yeah,
300 views now, but in 3 or 4 months, and that shit adds up, they're gonna be seeing, oh, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yep, that's true.
Warren, we
And
need you to take
now
those
I'm,
videos
like,
down. We
kicking
need you.
myself. Yeah, because I feel like I should have really got the meme tools
I'm
because
in.
at least I really thought about doing
Yeah,
the 72-hour thing possibly, like, just to see, and I'm like, "I just need to start making money back for this thing," like, but
yeah.
I just feel, like, stuck, like,
I feel like
'cause
there's a will, there's a way.
yeah.
I feel honestly, this is the thing. To be completely frank with you, I know both owners. They know each
Okay.
other. To be completely frank with you,
Oh,
one
okay.
of them used to work for one of them. Like they had a fight in the
That makes
beginning. The
sense.
reason why MemeTools is so similar to DogWifTools is because they used to be the same company.
That makes sense, and
You
it
know?
seems like they made this one a little
Yeah.
bit more user-friendly and
Yeah.
and better.
And now the thing about it though is there's competition, obviously, right? And so
Yeah.
both of them now, because a person like me is out there talking, is going to now have more responsible and to try to push more, because they see that the market's training. And on top of it, to be completely frank with you, like I'm not sure you see it, but uh, so one, Trump made it normalized yesterday. Basically, and I know it's going to take about a couple, maybe 4 or 5 months for people to really set that in. But that really means to you, and I just put a video out, and again, it takes a couple weeks or months for people to get into it. But you now, as a bundler, it's the best time to be a docs bundler. Because think about it, we can call right now. I can call my mayor and be like, "Hey, mayor, I'm a bundler, and I work with XYZ projects. We did the same thing that Donald Trump did the other day. You can literally refer to the president of the United States which is the biggest referral of all. This is
Mhm.
jobs waiting for us. It's like when marijuana was considered bad in the 70s and 80s, and all now is normalized to like state to state now. It's the same thing when it comes to dox bundling. I literally see it, and if you don't see it, then you're missing a whole lot of money, because you're going to be able
Yeah.
to charge. Because think about it, I came from the Web 2 world, okay. For when it
Mhm.
comes to specifically Spotify, WordPress, you're charging $3 to $5 anyway off rip, off of just having a e-commerce website, for example, like Shopify. Why wouldn't you charge 3 or 4 or 5 grand, which it could be whatever soul, I think like 10, 20, 30 soul, just off of the pre-production of your deployment? Come on now. Like people are
Mhm.
coming in to pump for free right now, throwing walls around, when in reality, if you take 2 soul, you know what you could do with it. Now the president gave you an alley-oop. Literally,
Mhm.
come on now. Like
Mhm.
we have so much more
Yeah.
money you could be made rather than these 2-minute pump and dumps, if you literally just get outside and like shake some hands, now that the president of the free world has made it normalized.
Yeah, that's true. It's a good point.
All you got to do is make sure the bot works, though. That's it, and then
Yes.
you're good. But everything else, you
Yeah.
can you could be printing right now, like you, Sophia. You could be printing right now, just
Mhm.
going. And I actually created last night a generator for resumes to make it more like a Web3 bundler doc resume. You can really create. I can show it to you if you want real quick. But yeah, basically it generates a resume where you can just throw it out, and then boom, you can send it out to local politicians, police, blah, whatever it may be. Now everyone can be onboarded now. Everyone. I saw a pastor that was literally at the inauguration preaching, drop a coin literally right after that. A pastor.
Yeah. Wow.
So if it's 2025, we're at a space right now where you're super super early in, and there's going to be people
Mhm.
just like you coming in about 6 months, and you have to realize
Yeah.
the potential you have now. We just got to get to the point where what's going to make money for us, even if it's just safe mode. Well, at
Mhm.
least you did it where you just deployed a safe mode position of your mayor that's in your town because they wanted to drop a coin. It's going to
Yeah,
fly,
there we
period.
go. Yeah. And they told me, "Don't ever use safe mode, never."
No, I
I'm
have
like,
students all the
"Okay."
time using safe mode. The reason why they told me to use safe mode is because it looks like it's bundled, and most of the time, 9 times out of 10, these people are not doing any type of marketing outside of Pump to be able to bring in FOMO. So they say don't use
Oh.
FOMO, but they're not giving you the
Oh.
education behind it. If you have the
Yeah, I had
education
no
behind it,
idea
then
why.
you
Yeah, I'm
know,
like, "Okay, don't use safe mode, got it." I don't know why, but
yeah.
alright.
They're not giving you the
Okay.
education behind it. And there's tons of clients, I mean, students I have that literally are doing safe mode because literally they have freaking, NASCAR as a sponsor, and all they gotta do is drop a fucking CA in one of the discords
Oh.
of their NASA, guys, and
Yeah.
boom, it
Yeah.
goes.
Yeah, because I think that's what happened to that guy where he lost well, I've seen several over the
Yeah, you saw
last
the
couple
video. The
of
guy was
days.
like, "Oh, I just took out my $50 million."
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, exactly what I'm
Yeah.
talking about.
Yep.
Everyone essentially normalizing it right in front of our eyes, and they're
Yes.
doxxed.
Yep, that's true. Yeah,
So,
that's true. Okay.
absolutely. But also, so like I said, what I want you to do is, when it comes to specifically dog with tools, right? Um,
Mhm.
now you said when it comes to your cloning still not working correctly or something like that.
Yeah, the cloning's still not working, so they told me copy paste. I'm like, I just wanted to like start making money off of it somehow. They told me the easiest way is sniping, I mean, is farming snipers. So I'm like, okay, I want to do that, but when the cloning thing didn't work, I remember
Yeah,
seeing one of your videos where you said if something's not working, you might want to be like taken back by that or like, pause till you figure out what it is or whatever.
sure.
So I didn't know if cloning was a big thing or not, but
So
they said it's not. So I don't know.
yeah, it's not a big thing. The thing is, I have tools, and you can use them as well in my Discord within free tools. It's called. Let me pull it up real quick so you can see it. It's very useful when it comes to specifically cloning things. If you go to the
Yeah.
Discord here and then go into free tools down here. Here we go, free tools. And then
Oh,
from there, you want to scroll on up, and here it's called Cyrix Token Scanner. And what this
okay.
will do is if you copy the particular CA in there, it'll let you know a few things. Actually, let's open it up so I can show you for verbatim how
Okay.
that'll work here. Open that. start the bot, open, throw my Telegram so you can see it. Yeah. Okay. So, oops. There we go. Right there. Okay. So, I'm gonna give you an example of one. So, like, let's say a random CA that we throw in here, like this one right here, for example. Right. So it says dev bot, and it gives you the, the dev parameters is what they bought. But what's really cool about this particular bot is it tells you how many tokens have been created from the bot. I'm sorry, from the dev. Also, the name of that particular token. I mean, it'll say how many times that name's been cloned. It tells you how many times the website has also been cloned as well. It tells you how many times the Telegram has been cloned. It tells you how many times the Twitter has been cloned. So that way you can
Oh,
know, is this something that I really want to clone, or is this something that looks, it
yeah.
gives you more analytic information, basically.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. And that's called
Okay.
Cyrix Token Scanner. And again, you can access that for free within the Discord.
Okay, yep. I just wrote that down so I can
Yeah, I'll forward it over to
remember.
you right now to you. Forward and
Okay, perfect.
perfect.
Thanks.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, anything you need, always refer to the Discord. I always try to drop stuff. Like yesterday, I just dropped this resume meme thing tool that I was telling you about.
Okay.
And when I usually try to do is I try to basically create these tools that would not only like advertise things for you guys to use like internally for you to build yourself, but also, of course, it helps kind of build the website and the brand and stuff. So with this one, I just made it so that way it takes 80 seconds for you to actually use it, and you see this visit warren.guru sign until you get there,
Oh,
and so you can't go and do nothing until the 70 seconds. But once it's done, I'll show you in a second how to use it.
oh, okay. That's funny.
But
Okay.
that's just yeah, and I put Trump and me together.
Yeah, that's hilarious. I thought, is that you? Because it
Yeah,
looks like you
yep.
with like Trump. No, I mean like the Trump guy looks like you, sort of. It's
Oh
so
yeah,
weird.
he looks a little bit like me. I had to
Yeah.
low
Okay.
key mess with it a little bit. It's like this little tool I have that just does AI basically,
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was like, that looks like Trump Warren.
Yeah, a little bit
Oh,
too.
yeah.
But yeah, so I made it like for a thumbnail image for YouTube. So I just basically what we just explained to you, in our little session here today, that is what I basically went into detail into that video that I just put out last night, so that way people can understand that he's essentially normalized this essentially.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I was about to watch that earlier. I was gonna watch it later.
Oh,
So I
for
got
sure. Yeah, when you get
yeah,
a chance, definitely check it out. And then if you
yeah,
get
I
into this,
will.
you can just go here, boom, it'll open up now. And then basically you can
Okay.
autofill, you can put your name in there or information. It just autofills into random things that are essentially gonna make people enticed to be like call you to be like, oh yeah, I need a coin. Because we are new jobs.
Oh,
We're the new
yeah.
job. And
Oh.
you're not gonna just go to pump and start their coin. You're gonna bundle it, and you're gonna and not only gonna bundle it, but they're gonna pay you for first your time, just to your project service fee, your pre-production fee. And then they're gonna pay
Mhm.
you the liquidity for the wallet, and then you're gonna bundle the token. They're gonna start to say, hey, like literally, it's a business, and this it started
That
literally
makes sense.
yesterday.
Wow, that makes sense because I literally I'm in this little small like cabal of like I don't know, maybe 10, 12 guys or something.
Uh huh.
And I told them I got this tool. Like we're ready and they're like, "You know how to use it?" I'm like, "I'm learning." I'm learning, but they're like, "Well," and we tried to figure out a way. We were talking about it today and they were like, "You're just kind of overthinking. Let's just like." They were like, "Have your 101 and let us know what you learned," and,
Right.
like, they basically wanna invest and, like, like, they want us all to do a coin together
Yeah.
and, like, have some kind of way, but I was like, "How do you do that?" And, like, without
Well, I
like,
think
the trust factor, you know
no,
what I
for
mean?
sure.
Like
The leverage part of it, I think, is this. Like, so you come in as basically the person that's going to onboard. So let's say if this was your resume here, for example, for like being a Web3 Solana meme coin developer, right? and you go ahead and you say, I'm gonna go ahead and call up, let's say for example, a particular lawyer that's in the town that's always on the buses of these particular, there's these guy lawyers that are always throwing their advertisement out there on the bus stops and all that stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and
Yeah.
reach out to one of those guys, right? You reach out to them and you say, hey, did you hear that President Trump just launched a coin, and I'm a developer. Really interested in actually dropping your coin, and I want to send you my resume. Just basically, you basically have to get that one
Oh.
yes. Once you get that one yes, that literally is a yes between $100,000 and $200,000 yes, because like at that point you have a person that is a dox figure that's going to drop a coin because now it's cool to do it. They're going to give you the money to pre-produce it, and then on top of it, you have all the tactics you need to be able to control the supply and for them to get their profit back. And at the same token, for it to be a win-win situation for all parties. But you have to go
Yeah.
outside the matrix to do so, and not just by creating these random wallets. Because to be honest with you, most people are coming in, especially when it comes to specifically like back to DogWifTools, they're coming in, right? And they're simply not understanding that this tool can literally be a tool that allows you to just get you there. That's it. And then, if you do too much with it, it'll break. And that's why people are doing too much with it, basically. Not in a bad
Oh.
sense, but in a sense where it's
Yeah.
like you are essentially trying to make it look like a community rather than just coming off straight with a real community. So if you had less,
A real community, it would be better.
yeah, or if you had someone that essentially had a real coin that people wanted to buy, like person, if it was a mayor of a city or if it was a particular entity that now they have a reason to do it now. It wasn't a reason 2 months ago when, freaking Caitlyn Jenner was doing rug pulls and fucking, but all of a sudden the
Yeah.
president and all these informity like politicians get involved. Oh shit. You mean tell me the person who controls the free world that actually hires the people to audit these people are now being controlled by the same person
Yeah.
that, you see what I'm saying? How this gets deeper and
Yeah.
deeper and deeper.
Yes.
You
I
mean to
never
tell me
really
this
thought
is
of
in
it
front
like
of our
that.
face, laundry and money in front of our face? He didn't have to pay no taxes on those billions of dollars.
Yeah. That makes so much sense. Yeah, I totally get that now. That's
Oh,
crazy.
yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
because yeah, I'm like the type of person that like cuz I used to like throw concerts. So like I've like made contracts before, like I had to figure it all out myself, but
Yeah.
it's similar to that, and like I was talking to these guys and I was like the only way to really do this, I guess we would have to have some kind of contract. But
Yeah.
I'm like, but all you guys are kind of like,
But
y'all
you could
don't
do
want
that though
this is
in the Web 2 world.
decentralized. So,
But
yeah.
technically,
Okay.
the way you would do that, you would position that. That's what the paperwork was for the what's it called, resume, right? You
Mhm.
develop that contract with the onboarded person that will pay you actually
Mhm.
in USD or whatever currency that you're in. And at that point, you got yourself a client who essentially is going to be
Mm.
onboarded to basically use that tool. You use your tool just like any web developer uses their tool to be able to program. You're using this tool to
Oh,
program that one.
yeah.
Simple fact,
Okay.
this is a business.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And at that
Okay,
point,
that
you don't got
makes
to worry
sense.
about any particularly wallets. You don't got to worry about seasoning. All those rules don't apply to you because you are coming in already profitable as a developer on a real project. All you're using is these
Yeah.
tools now to basically give you leverage to be able to have multiple wallets, even if they're new, so that way you can make more money yourself.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a whole nother class.
Oh
Learn
yeah,
like
we getting cooking. We just getting
yeah.
started, man. We just getting started.
Yeah.
But